Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at Apple. It is time for another update, and today we'll be discussing the correction which has taken charge to the downside within this area. But before that, I would like to go quickly through the larger time frame for any of you who might be new. And here we have been tracking this idea of a series of 1-2 setups that have taken place over decades, yeah? And now we would be considering a more significant wave 3 top to form within this structure. And to be clear, it doesn't need to be the case. This could also be another 1-2 setup, but yeah, it would be a realistic expectation, although not even this would really signal a more major top to form within this larger uptrend, within this all-time uptrend basically, because we would then still expect several 4-5 structures to complete the entire pattern to the upside. And even those could extend, and we would basically be looking for continuation higher for a very long time. Yeah, we would probably be able to keep this uptrend going for even more than a century. Now, within this structure, we have been considering that this wave 3 hasn't necessarily formed a top just yet. We would still like at the very least another high. And I say at least another high because right now I am considering this to be a 1-2, a third wave up, fourth wave down, and a fifth wave within this area. But this fifth wave could very well extend. We could form here a larger 1, 2, 3, 4th, and the 5th. It wouldn't be a problem. It is possible, and we will track an internal area of support, especially even now if we fail to extend higher within the 5-wave move to the upside that we have been tracking in the previous videos. Now, within this structure, we have been looking at this as an ending diagonal. Within it, we would consider the wave 1, 2, and 3 are already complete, and we would be within the large 4 correction. We have even been tracking the internal structure within this wave 3 in the previous videos, and I have to say we seem to have followed through quite nicely. I wouldn't expect any additional extension higher part of this wave 3, especially since we already formed this severe correction within this wave 4. Now, for such an area of support, for such retracement, I would be looking at the levels between the $262.5 all the way down to the $225.4 level. So far, we have gotten to around the 38.2% retracement, but we don't seem to have come to a significant stop. I do find it rather suggestive this pattern, this wave 4 correction, would be expected to extend even further. Now, within this structure, within this wave 4, I'm looking ideally for an ABC structure, where I would consider the wave A to have bottomed around here, to have a B wave up, and a C wave that would unfold within this area. It would be quite an extended wave C, but this seems to work out quite nicely within the current structure. Now, within this wave C, I am tracking an ending diagonal, meaning each of the subwaves is expected to form within an ABC structure. So here we have a wave 1, a wave 2, and now we would be within the wave 3 to the downside. And while it's not impossible for the larger wave 3 to have formed a bottom already, I wouldn't consider it before we break the 61.8% retracement we are tracking internally within this wave C of the larger wave 3 to the downside. And the $254.2 level would need to break for me to consider this to be a more likely bottom within the wave 3 and look for the larger wave 4 correction. Now, certainly other interpretations, other structures on this chart are possible, but this is what I'm going to focus on until we get a roadmap that fits better with the current structure, with rather a future structure, because based on the current structure, I believe this is the preferred roadmap we should track. Now, within this structure, within this wave 3, again, we are tracking an ABC pattern to the downside. Within this wave C, I am actually still able to consider it to be an impulse, and I have been providing you here this area of resistance for the idea of an ending diagonal. That is because as long as we don't invalidate this scenario, we cannot look for the bottom of the wave 3 to be in place, but I don't absolutely need to get into this area of resistance to continue lower, because this structure could still work out as an impulse, meaning that I could, for example, consider even this to be a 1-2 setup, then another 1-2 setup, something like this, a third wave down and a fourth wave up. I would be able to consider this a third wave down and to have a fourth wave correction, in which case we would already be within the area of resistance. Now, we won't leave this on the chart. It is just to showcase that we don't need to extend higher before we continue within this downtrend, because we have gotten into certain scenarios, or in certain scenarios, into the area of resistance. We don't need to extend higher to consider this to have reached, to have fulfilled its expectations for a wave 4 correction. But for now, we are going to focus on this larger area of resistance, and as long as we don't break it, yeah, I would not consider this wave 3 to have formed the bottom. If we do, I would still be looking for continuation lower. I would still need to see a break above the larger wave 4 area of resistance before I actually consider this wave 4 to have formed a more significant bottom, or I would like to see the actual completion of this structure. But for now, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.